of orthographic projection, in which when you have two objects intersecting with each other or having different geometry and they are joined together. Okay? So now this is a cylindrical object, this is again a cylinder. Okay? Like a cylinder. Suppose there is a joint. Okay? For many machineries or industrial objects, there are joints and there are objects which are intersecting or passing through each other. It can be a circular object like this, I mean a curved object, or it can be a straight edge object, like a triangle, a rectangle. This can be a rectangular, this can be a hexagon. Hexagon, six-sided, isn't it? So different types of objects can be. So how we do it? In this, our learning objective will be to understand the pattern of lines between two intersecting objects. When you have two objects intersecting with each other, this is the pattern of line. We are not interested in this and this part where we are, but wherever there is an intersection. Okay? So this is the pattern of lines that has to be considered while drawing. Because as the object can be joined with another object at different levels. Right? So it has to be. To follow the procedure of drawing those lines of intersection, how we draw these lines. Practicing the precision in drawing the short hidden lines or curves. Yes, what happened? You are sitting in the front continuously laughing. Yes, Muhammad, the class. This is again not the normal thing. Okay? So please behave, because discipline and attentiveness, it all add to your marks at the end. So we are coming to the end. So don't try to make things which will be against you. Practicing the precision in drawing the short hidden lines or curves. So there can be a curved object, there can be a straight line object, like what we have done in auxiliary views. We have done a straight edge object and a curved objects, isn't it? Curvature. So here also different objects. For example, in a beam and a column in a building is a joint, isn't it? Like that, joints are there everywhere. What is precision in drawing? It is nothing but sometimes there is a very short space in which you have to show hidden lines and how to make it appear correctly. That is what we will precisely follow. How to do it? I have divided it into 4 simple step procedure. It will be very easy, especially after doing auxiliary view and doing so many classwork and homework, and you got a very good practice. This will become a very easy exercise. So what it is? How we do the intersecting objects. Just I have drawn here the 3 views of an object. Okay? Out of these 3, there are 2 views which are complete and there is 1 view which is incomplete. Can you identify? Yes. What are the views which are complete out of these 3? Yes, from the back. Yes.
Right side.
Okay. This view, side view, and what? Which one? Top view. Isn't it? So here you have the boundary, you have to complete. So normally in intersecting object, it's a part of a missing view, something like that. You will produce the 3rd view, but here you will not draw the whole object, like the whole object looking like a T or a plus mark here. No, what will be interested? Only joining the, drawing the lines of intersection. We don't draw this part like this. Otherwise, if I draw it, it will be like a plus, isn't it? 2 rectangles, one like this, one like this. This is how you see in the front. No, we will draw these lines of intersection. That's what it is. So first thing is, you have to identify, see rule number 1, identify the line of intersection in the 2 complete view. So these are the 2 complete view. What is the line of intersection? What are the lines in which 2 objects are inserted with each other? So there is a rectangle, another rectangle inserted in. What I am showing you is nothing but a cylinder and a cylinder. Instead of that, this is a rectangular model, this is a rectangle. We have some other model, but in the other lab. That is. So what is it? This is the common lines of intersection. So when I click, you have to identify the intersection, the common line. Common. What are the common lines between the 2 objects? So this is the line where this object is intersecting with this, and this. Is it clear? Isn't it? Is there any other? No. These are the 2. Then the second step is number the corner in the 2 complete views. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, as we were doing in auxiliary view. So we have to number, there are 4 corners, 1, 2, 3, 4, and transfer those numbers over here. So now, in this step, I am just showing you, I have done 1, 2, 3, 4, draw a 45-degree line to reflect the lines, and these corners were transferred over here, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, step 1 and step 2. Any question or anything? You identified where is common and just number. It can be 4 corner, 6 corner, 10 corner, it all depends. About the yes, with the respect to the object. Simply we have transferred it. Now why this is hidden? See what is this? Number 4. Isn't it? This is 4. Why it is hidden?
Because you can see
Because this is on the other side. This is a side view. So always you have to look for the line of sight. When we are drawing this side view, our line of sight is this side. Right? So when you are looking from here, corner number 2 is appearing to you and 4 is on the other back side. For example, when I am showing you, you are seeing this semicircle, but the other half is towards me. So for you it is it, isn't it? Same thing applies. So keep that always line on. When you are looking from here, this is the line of sight from the front. Third is transfer the corners to the third view. So each corner, 1, 2, 3, I just draw the lines from here where the intersection is coming, I transfer it. Is it? Simply 1, 2, 3, 4. Now join the corner in the correct order. So when we are joining, just join 3 to 2, 3 to 4, and 2 to 1, 2 to 4. Simple. Now, why 2 to 1 and 4 to 1 is hidden? Why I make it as a hidden line? Just 2. Can you see? And this 3 to 2 and 3 to 4 is because you are completing the front view. This is your line of sight. So corner number 3 is visible too. Isn't it? So the other corner 2 is hidden. Very simple. Isn't it? Now this is for the straight line. Yes.
Okay, why did you like connect 3 to
There is a rule that we have to connect to each this one to give a complete sense that this intersection is at a certain depth which is occurring here. Why? Because this is an inclined surface. Intersection is not occurring here. It's here, isn't it?
Yes.
Because the object is inserted. This rectangle is this shape.
So we have to connect it to the height line?
Yes, towards the line. Whatever is the corners, you have to connect. For example, this is what is given to you as a boundary.
Yes.
So this is one joint, this is one, this is one. So you have to connect. It has to be complete. You cannot leave it hanging like it. Okay? Each corner should have a connection to it.
Okay,
Fine?
the
Now,
one.
what is it? Because this corner number 1 is on the other side, so this is a hidden line. This is solid, this is solid. Yes. Okay. So this is very simple, and after doing auxiliary view, yes, you can do it. Now, coming to the next one. Yes, okay, what you are doing? This is the same question?
Yeah.
So just follow it. Now, the second one, in the other scenario, instead of straight edges, what I am projecting here is a cylinder. Now, you see, this object could be something like a rectangular or whatever, because in the top view, I see even a cylinder as a rectangle. Okay? If I show you in the top view how you draw it as a rectangle. So it can be anything. But inside it, what is inserted is a cylindrical object. Okay? Having circular shape. So it means here we have curved surface. The previous example was a straight edge. So what is the difference between straight and this? From auxiliary view drawing, you know, we have to slice it, you know. Before doing it, check if there is a symmetry. If symmetry is there, you can do the half part, the other half part can simply what you were doing. Yes? Image, isn't it? Copy. So here, identify the two lines of intersection. So these are the lines of intersection. Common intersection for this. Now, here you are seeing two views. One is a small with a hidden circle and one it is this. Why it is like this? Normally, if you have a cylinder which has the same diameter top and bottom, okay, they will coincide with each other. Because it is same, whether it's top and bottom. But you could be having some cylinder like this, smaller diameter at the bottom, tapered, isn't it? So in this case, because this is a different diameter, it will be drawn as a to show you as a separate how the intersection lines will be here and how the intersection lines will be here for another object. Okay, so this is one way of expressing it. Could be. So that object, when you take common line of intersection, it will come here. So the lines will come head to the bottom. So you will draw this here and this here. We will draw. You will see. Just I am saying you how the difference is. What is the difference? Now, second is number the corner. So how to number? Of course, you have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, in order to make a good curve fit, because now it's a polyline and curve fit, because it is a curvature. So you should have at least 6 point to 7 point for a semicircle to have a curve fit. If you draw one half, the other half will become automatically copy of it because of the symmetry. Now transfer the corners to the third point. The same steps, only thing you are slicing. So each one. we have transferred. So you got corner number 5 from here and 5 where it is here. So they are meeting at this point. So this point becomes corner 5. Similarly, corner 1, corner 2, corner 3. Third, join the corners in the correct order. So just I am joining now. As the corner comes, this is this. Corner number 3 is here, 2, 1, 12, which is over that side, and 6, 5, 4, 3. Now, why one is hidden, one is solid or visible line? Again, you know that other semicircle you cannot see. Line of sight. Okay, from 6 to 3 and 6 to 9 is visible, and 3 to 12 and 3 to 9 is on the other semicircle, other part of the semicircle, isn't it? This part you are seeing, this part is hidden. So that's it.
Can I draw the half of the circle?
Yes, you can do. Yes. This is just because this is the same lines. I am just showing you because number 4 has the same as this 4 and 8. I have the same common point over here. Just you have to draw the 2 lines to complete. You can. So isn't it simple compared to auxiliary view or even drawing or this over there? Just know the procedure. Keep these things in your mind. Transfer the point correctly. Now, sometime these 2 views will be given, third will be, this will be missing. So then, when you are drawing, your line of sight should be this side. You have to watch from this. So, produce the view. Any 3 views, 2 will be complete, third will be incomplete. You have to draw the lines, project it, and transfer the corners to get it. This. Take a look at some models. These are the models of the intersecting object and try to develop your perception of the intersection of the lines. Practice the given exercise as classwork and homework. Now on your blackboard, there are 2 classwork, 1 and 2. Basically it is 1, but I split it into 2 sheets. The reason is because there are small spaces or gaps in which you have to put a hidden line. Okay, so you have to precisely adjust the hidden line because in your printout, if it is a hidden line, you have to show it as a hidden. Because you cannot say project as a solid or as a visible line something which is hidden, or something which is hidden as a solid, and opposite. It will become the whole object as a different scenario.
Can you go back?
So we have to go back.
Yes, please. So what's the point of the other the hidden circle?
Okay, the same thing. What he was asking. Now this layer, put it off. Now start lines from there. Same thing. You bring it here and produce here. Of course, in this PowerPoint, I didn't have that. Because just it was a fail.
So we have to.
Yes, you have to draw the same thing will come here, but with this one.
Okay.
Diamond. Okay. Now in the classwork we have both of this we will do. Okay. So any questions or any more? Now we will open the classwork. It's relatively very easy. I know because all 3 sections has finished it within an hour. So from that point of view also, I can see. This is classwork number 1, which is loaded on your blackboard. Now, when I am just trying to explain, don't try to do with me. Just see first what are the concept or the points that are being told to you. Because one line, if it is changed, you may get confused in the exam on this. And the next week we will do 3D, isometric and 3D. The week after will be the exam. So 1, 2, 3, 4, we have to number the corners, so I am just numbering it over here. Now, in this particular case, this is the upper, say this is the lower edge of the rectangle. Right? Why this is drawn, although they look like of same size, not like this, more diameter, less diameter, they look like the same. But still, well, the reason could be because they are shifted, you know, they are shifted. They are not like a straight, they are shifted like this. A little bit, bent, in between. So this is the reason. So what you have to do, the same, we will number the corners and then transfer it. So first create the layers. You can have different color layer, whatever your colors you want, you can. And because the layer is off, just I am putting it on. Okay, this was because in the morning class I was explaining it. So red color I was using just to transfer this line, draw a 45-degree line, transfer these corners over here. So another like this. So draw each corners. You will develop a line over here. Now this color, if I put off layer red color and this, okay, once you finish with this, you start with this one. Again number it, like 1, 2, 3, 4 or A, B, C, D or whatever.
And do it with the bottom.
Yes, do it at the bottom. The same thing will happen. Okay? When you are doing here, of course, it will touch here and come. These lines will go right up to the bottom. Can you see this color?
Yes.
This color is coming here, so it hit here and it should turn like this. For example, I will go to this layer, layer number 3,
ليش أخذت ستة؟
take a line. It is hitting here, so it will come a line like this. This is the point where it is intersecting, so there will be a line. F8 should be on.
أصلا ليش أخذت ستة؟
This is the line, so just transfer the lines like this. Isn't it? From here to here and then from here to here. Like this. They will meet somewhere.
Still one line.
Yeah, whatever. Each line we will draw and this. So just I will show you if we draw all the line how it looks like. Red color and green color. Can you see these two colors? Or we will change. Okay.
If we took 4 line, would it be wrong?
Wait, madam. I will do one by one. Let us put off green color. Okay? Or even for your this, I will change it to maybe yellow. Yellow is more, black is the background, so yellow will appear more. So, can you see now?
Yes.
Okay. More. Now, I will zoom only this part. Where bottom part is the same thing, just we are drawing different lines. So if you understand one, the other will be the same procedure. Now, I am trying to zoom in order to show you what will happen, why we have split it into 2 sheets, what are the small area where we have to do the hidden line, etc. Now, you see, there are 1 to 6 corners because this is an edge, it is a hexagon. Keep it in mind. In the 2 figure, you have to compare, isn't it? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sided figure. So what you get is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 corners. Okay? If you are not able to still see it, let me close this layer also. Now, can you see? This is what is given to you. Okay? It looks like a rectangle, but this edge, this one is one of the edge. Isn't it? So it is showing here that it is a hexagon. This one is a hexagon. Now, after doing this corner, what we have to do? Of course, draw the lines. So let us open this layer. We have drawn. Take 45-degree line, bring each corner. Corner number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 3 and 6 are coinciding because for me, corner number 3 and 6 is the same line, which is this one.
We take them from where we take 6 and 3.
What is it?
But how do we know, like from where did we take 6 and 3?
This is the line. This is corner number 3. This is corner number 6. So they are on the same line. Okay. So here, this corner is representing 3 and 6. Because of the same line. This is corner. This line representing 4. This is 1. This is 2. After doing auxiliary view, this should be. There should be no doubt in how to transfer corner. You have done so many points transfer, isn't it? So this is what it is. Then I am turning those points and bringing the points from there. So this is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now what is happening? Let us see. When you are looking from here, your line of sight, what is it? Corner number 5 is visible. So 5 to 4 is visible, 5 to 6 is visible. But from 6 to 1, it will become hidden because of that edge. Huh? So this is what I will zoom it a little bit. Because see, the line of intersection, I am just trying to concentrate here. Line of intersection. Let me even close this layer so that you will see it more clearly. What is happening? Here, from 5 to 4 is visible. 4 to 3 is hidden because of that. The line is going on the backward direction. Then 3 to 2, 2 to 6, 6 to 1. So you see this is a small space in which you have to show it as a hidden line. Okay, wait a minute. Yes. So what will happen when you draw this as a hidden line? Okay, this is a hidden line. Can you see it? Here. So you have to go to the properties, right click, go to the properties as we have done earlier also. Line type. Line type you have to change. Normal default will be here what? 1. Whenever you select a line. So you have to change it to 0.2, 0.3, 0.4 something. Because if 0.3 is okay for me, it may not be on your computer because of the card and the resolution of that computer. So don't think if it can be 0.2, 0.4. So this is the way you have to just play a little bit from. And if you draw on one computer, you save the file, you go and open on the other computer, it may again look like a solid because of the card resolution, RAM or whatever. So just go to the property and change it. Because it's spacing. What is hidden line for the computer? Basically, it will draw a line, then give a gap, then draw. Give a gap and draw. So when we are saying 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, this is what we are adjusting these things. He's saying, we are telling, okay, make it less, make it more like this. So till it will play till it gets fixed at that point. That's the idea or the concept of fluid. Okay. Now, why it is 3 to 4 is hidden and 6 to 1 is hidden. Look at it. From there, how we made the points. From there, when we are looking from, if this edge is not there, 5 to 1 is visible. Because of this edge, there is a stop. Your line of sight will get a stop here, so this becomes hidden.
Isn't it 4 to 3 visible?
4, 3 visible. 4, 3, how it is visible? Because you see, from here it is going this direction. So line of sight is here. The line is changing the direction, is it? Your line of sight is this. It's going on the back.
Yeah.
So how it will be hidden? You cannot see it.
طب 6 to 1 should
Yeah.
be visible.
No,
It's down.
because there is edge.
هذا اسفل كذا.
From where you are looking, check
Okay.
it. Because, yes.
From 6 to the top. There must be a line.
Yes, just we join the one. Now, for example, one is here, so this is the one that we will join. Because one we will join, it has to be hidden. Because that is a corner hidden, and this line is on the other side, so it should be hidden. This should be solid because it is 5.
6 to the top also or not?
Yeah, 3 to 4 is this part will be hidden. This part.
No, 3 to the top.
3 to the top. Yeah, 3 to the top will be hidden
Hidden.
because of that edge.
Should
Yes.
you add it or?
So I can, you can change it. Maybe this has been, because when I give you the question, let me see, in the question itself it is not given. See, this because we have drawn as a boundary, it's not given as a hidden, that's why it's by block. So let us give it to hidden, and this, just I was trying to show you the boundary of it, that's all. Now, does it make, no, it makes sense, because this represents this corner, this is positive, 3 corner, so it's plus, this is, hidden. So this is the question, in your question itself you can go, of course you have to go and change it. Well, now, the same thing will do for the bottom. So bottom one will be the same shape, except it will get inverted. Now what will happen, let me,
طب shouldn't you take like a line from 6 and extend it to the top?
6 to which
To the top. The line. From
Yes,
here.
yes, you can, yes.
You
Each
can?
corner, what he is saying is, shall I join corner number 6 up to this edge? Yes, you can join, because if this become hidden, this will be the solid. Actually, this line, let me put it as a hidden. Then,
6 to the top.
what
should be-
I will do, because corner number 6 is visible, so I will go not by hidden, by layer. I will draw from here to here. Maybe I will draw a F8, the extra line, then I will trim it.
And even for 3, right? It should be visible. No, for 3 should be hidden.
Yeah. This is what we did just now.
No, this is for 4.
4 is
4 is visible.
Sorry, I'm good. Yeah, for the 3 it will be, whether you draw it or not, at least the boundary, this one is there. Because these corners are more important, yeah, but you will draw it as a hidden line if you have to draw it. Let me put it over here. Many times I draw and I
Yes.
deleted it, that's why there are certain lines which you may find it very different. Okay, because each section is the same, it's opening, closing, and changing one line, another line like this. Now, when we go to the bottom part, this is the bottom one. You see? The bottom, the green color, can you see it? The same ones. But what is happening here in the green color? This part, you see from here to here, it is hidden. Gentlemen, follow this. This is the major mistake all other sections were doing. This line and this line is hidden. Why? Because when you go up, your line of sight will dictate how you will see the object. So look at it very carefully and decide yourself which lines will be hidden, which lines will be solid. Now, when you are looking from here, this is the line of sight. After 14, the line is changing the direction. So if I, for example, extend this line up to here, extend this one. You see the green line, it goes and touch here, correct, this line? So this part of the line, which is from this green line to here, which is this edge, it will not be visible. So this has to be hidden here. This is what it is representing. Okay, this is the small area where you have to adjust hidden by going to the properties and selecting scale type 0.2, 0.3, 0.5, anything, whatever suits. So in our printout, it is important that when you print, you show me hidden lines clearly over here. Can you see this hidden? This line hidden, this line as hidden, and even this line is hidden. You see it is hidden, but can you see it as a hidden? I am zooming.
Yes, I know.
No, we need to change the property.
Yes, although I did it, but again I closed and opened it, it is not showing. Maybe something changed. So I will go to the property, you can see it's already 0.2.
0.02.
It was set. So let us go to 0.2. I don't. You can just change now.
Yes.
It's a matter of just. Sometimes you do 2-3 times and open and close this window or whatever is screen. If you are seeing, and I did 4 times, 5 times, still it's not changing. No, it's not a problem. Just close and open, it will show. Okay. So these things, after printing, don't make excuse. No, I have hidden. You come and check. I forget, or why it is not printing. You are the one who has to control, because in the exam, a hidden line shown as a visible as a solid makes all the view different. Okay, so you will have negative marks for each line. So be careful that you practice now. Don't be in a hurry, because I see students, they try to make and print and want to go. It's not, you will have every point has a mark. So -1, like this you will get. So make sure that you adjust with precision very carefully. Is it clear? Now, go to question number 2. Question number 2 is similar, but here you have a circular object. Now, gentlemen, here is something. Which 2 views are complete here? Yes. Out of 3, there are 2 which are complete and third is incomplete, where you have to draw.
Top and front.
Right and the top.
No, top and front.
Yes, there are 2 answers, top, front and right top. Of course, top views always there will be. Top view is the main base. Otherwise, you cannot imagine. That's the. But this 2 can be. So top and front or top and side?
Top and front.
Top and front. So it means you are going to draw here at the side, isn't it? This is just the top, the cylinder is shown and this is shown. So an image or what lines of intersection will appear here. So your line of sight will be here, like this. Now, if you see the circle, there are 2 edges added to it. Can you see this edge here?
Yes.
This line is added as a 2 edges. Now, this is my line of sight. I am looking from this side. So how I will see this? I will be able to see this circle only from this edge to this edge. This will become hidden behind the edge. Okay? Because of this line, the line of sight will get hidden. So that corner is very important when you are drawing, which is that edge. You have to catch it. Why I am saying catch it? Because you can do the slicing any time. You can take an interval of 10, 5, 8, each student. It can be random also. Isn't it? Slicing means I will just take a line and start doing like this. This is F8 on. Okay, because this layer is off, it is not showing. Let me go and open the layer.
There is 6.
Okay, I think it is off. See, I just did at random. But what happened? I have missed that corner. So what I did, I did a separate line and I took the line making sure that this corner is correct. You have to have that corner, otherwise you will not get the line of intersection correct. Okay, that's one thing. Another point here, in the same example, actually there are many things to learn. Now, 2, 3 at least if not. What happened? This triangle, instead of a triangle, what edge has been, this is a triangle, edge has been cut. So you get a hidden line up. Now, seeing that, is it on the top view, is it a symmetrical object? Is that symmetry?
No.
Any symmetry in it?
Horizontal symmetry.
Horizontal means what? Yes.
Horizontal.
Yes. So, what he is saying is correct. Horizontal means, what I was asking means what means? You should say upper and lower. Normally, when we say symmetry, our eyes or our mind work only left and right. This is how we compare symmetry. So you have to sometimes think in a different way. Right? This is one thing that has been put in that question. So to look at. Now, because it is a symmetry, I can do only the semicircle, the other semicircle where I will make it a copy paste
Sure.
or a copy. Yes.
We said that it's the upper and the lower because the corners.
What corners? Because if you divide it from the middle, horizontal, as we see, the upper is same as lower. But if you divide it as a vertical, the left is not same as right.
Because there is a hidden line.
Hidden line on the other side. That's the change. Although it was a triangle, I just made it this to make it look different. Is it? This is what exam will have be there. In exam, you are seeing different. Actually, this is not almost the questions are same level, same only. Only few things change from here to here. Okay, that's why. Because there was earlier there was complete that if the same exam is given, he is just looking at the screen. He see the solution, then he start drawing. Then again, some student came and complained. Well, this is all like cheating. I am doing. He just saw my solution and he did it. You know, always there is an excuse. It is never satisfying thing. When you do something, something else will come. So be patient and try to balance. In life, you know, you cannot have everything in your hand. Something comes, something slips. So I'm just mentioning it because this was what happened in the past over there. So although the questions remain the same, but we change from one so it looks like different exam. No, it's the level of the question will be the same for all. So this is the way how we will do. Now, how we will start, of course, you create the layers and you do slicing, maybe 2-3 colors, because blue color will not be visible on this screen. I'll change it to yellow. Let us see. Now, layer number 1, put it on, of course, you have over here. Similarly, layer 2, layer 3, whatever, you can draw it. Because I was drawing it for the morning session. This is how it will look like. Now, what is it? Red color I have used for this lines and yellow color here. So when my line of sight is here, from this corner number 1 to 5, it is visible. So because it is a curvature, we have to use polyline and do a curve fit. Okay, go to the polyline edit and say fit, curve fit. Fine. So this is it. And since this is a hidden, all this part is hidden. So take it and put it as a polyline edit, which is from here, corner number 5 to up to here. So since I draw this part, I took a mirror and this part will become the mirror of it. And this is the edge, which is at this corner, I am representing here, and this is the center line, what you are seeing over here.
So then also
yes.
draw the headed line?
Yes, just indication that there is a corner, because this is a corner. But this is most important, gentlemen. Normally in auxiliary view also in exam or this, what is it? Auxiliary view is correct shape and size. You cannot have one thing correct and another wrong. Your shape should come exactly as it should be. Here also, if your curvature is not smooth or this, it's possible that you may not score the full, because it has to be. So